Am I the asshole for cutting off my best friend after she slept with my cheating ex? This is what one Reddit user asked on the Am I the Asshole or AITA subreddit, which is a forum where people post their genuine questions about whether or not they think they're the asshole for something they either said or did in a particular situation. This subreddit is flooded with all kind of topics. One Reddit user asked, am I the asshole for wanting to break up with my girlfriend because she refuses to get a job? Another user asked, am I the asshole for breaking up with my girlfriend on her birthday? There are also some silly ones like, am I the asshole for divorcing my wife for her Pokemon Go obsession? One Reddit user asked, am I the asshole for leaving my fiance after receiving pictures of him cheating on me at his bachelor party? If you click on the post, there are hundreds of replies of people taking sides, people offering their opinions. Some replies are just people being disgusted because, well, yeah, that's what this subreddit's for. It's for people to offer their somewhat unsolicited advice, but also not. People are wanting to know whether or not they're the asshole in this situation. And so I feel like everything's fair game. One Redditor replied, I've never been in a relationship, and then continued with giving their advice. I mean, it's an open forum where everyone's allowed to give their opinion, right? But are some opinions better than others? And can someone truly empathize with a situation if they've never gone through it? I mean, I'm sure not everyone has been in a situation where they've had to leave their fiance after receiving pictures of them cheating at his bachelor party, but you never know. So, for the person who's never been in a relationship, is their opinion less valid? Ultimately, can someone give dating advice if they've never been in a relationship? Welcome back to Selfish, you guys. Welcome back to not a selfish Sunday. It's Thursday. So, welcome to that. When I was planning season 2, I kind of always thought that I wanted to do things differently. And that's why on Sundays, it's almost like a researched topic. Like it's self-help, but either I'm, using statistics that I found or different papers or books I've read to sort of get the message across. But, I love to just talk sometimes. And I think that's why I came up with the idea to do Thursday episodes. Originally, it was going to be called What's Trending Thursday, but I kind of got scared of if I talk too much about pop culture, I literally think I'm going to get sued. I don't know what it is. Biggest fear, I'm getting sued. I'm already prepared to use allegedly even with people I'm not talking about. So yeah. Anyways, Thursdays are just going to be sort of like a similar idea with maintaining that self-love, self-help, motivation topic, but a more fun approach, I guess. Not that Sunday's episodes aren't fun, but just different. Honestly, Thursdays are for me to do what I want. Okay. And also, if you guys ever have any ideas, please let me know. You can message me on Instagram at Chadd Hennig or also leave a comment, whatever, because I think these episodes could get really exciting. And silly, you know what I mean? We can just talk about whatever. This can be where I give you updates and all that. And also, I feel like Thursday episodes would be a great time to have guests on the podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, you will notice that we've upgraded. The microphone has been connected. We got a pop filter. Things are getting good. I'm sure on Spotify and Apple Music, you can hear the difference. Hopefully. Watch it not even be connected or working. Whatever. Anyways, I hope you're doing good. Go get your drink of choice, your snack of choice, whatever. I have water today. I know, no coffee, but I want to keep things low-key. You know how it is. Okay, so can someone give dating advice if they've never been in a relationship? This is honestly just an opportunity for me to give unsolicited dating advice as someone who's never been in a relationship. How exciting. I do want to say, I feel like to preface, I don't think you need to have gone through the same situation as someone else to offer your viewpoint on that situation. A lot of the times people say, I don't want to hear your advice on my relationship. I don't want to hear what you have to say. You've never been in one. How could you know how I feel? And while obviously someone who's never been in a relationship doesn't know the exact feeling of either, having fights with your significant other, being broken up with, being cheated on, whatever. I think if you're an empathetic person, me being I'm an empath, listen to me. No, I just mean I think if you have a decent amount of emotional intelligence, you can easily just sort of pick up on how you think you'd act in that situation. Building on that, I almost feel like your advice means more because it is so removed from the emotion of what the person is going through. And I know emotions are huge, of course. And I think being sympathetic, empathetic when you're giving advice is so important. But you also have that like removed third person opinion. Sometimes it's more logical and it can be hard to hear, but just as valuable. A good example, I literally thought of this when I was planning today's episode yesterday. It was literally a shower thought. I don't have to have jumped into a volcano to know that it's going to hurt. Okay? To know that it's going to be an uncomfortable situation. And I feel like the same can be said about I don't have to be in a toxic relationship to be able to identify one and know that things aren't looking good for you. Obviously, if someone doesn't want advice, I think let's respect that. We don't have to rescue everyone, okay? And don't think that it's like on you to save your friends from the toxic relationships they're in. Just, live your own life, focus on you, because that can be stressful. No matter how frustrating it is watching a friend go through the most horrifying situation ever that is so easily fixable, whatever. That's the first and foremost. Just if someone doesn't want advice, don't try and force them to take it because it's just going to frustrate you both. If you are in a toxic relationship, I think the first thing I would say is what is keeping you there? And is what's keeping you there more important and more valuable, and is it worth it to stay there in misery over just leaving? What are the actual benefits you're getting in this relationship? Because there has to be something, right? And if you're struggling to come up with a good list, this obviously isn't the relationship for you. Obviously easier said than done, because when you're in these situations, I feel like, rose-colored glasses, you turn a blind eye. Is that the saying? You turn a blind eye to, the negatives in the relationship. But if you're in a toxic relationship and you want to leave it, let's start there. Let's start with addressing what would make you stay? Why is it that you haven't left yet? I think coming to terms with the fact that you're even in a bad relationship to begin with can be so devastating, because you don't want to think that you've failed at something. And more so, you don't want to think that you've grown to become unlovable or too much for a person. But at the end of the day, if you're self-aware enough to know that you aren't psycho, you know what I mean? Like, because some of the times, yeah, it's your fault. If you're also toxic, you two deserve each other. I don't know if that's a hot take. Let's let the toxics unite, please. I think if we get all the crazies, and by crazy, I don't mean like clinically, like, no, stop, okay? I just mean like people who are bad people. And no, it's not synonymous with crazy, stop, okay? Like, don't even with me. I'm literally just poor choice of words, okay? But if you take the people who are really just menaces to society because they are selfish, and not our kind of selfish, not the putting you first in a self-love kind of way. They are literally just greedy, selfish fucks, okay? I think we need to make sure that they all get in relationships with each other. Leave the rest of us alone. But if you are a good person, or you're at least trying to be a better person, I think it's important for you to understand your worth and know that you don't need anyone else to validate your goodness or validate your beauty or your humor or your worth. Sometimes people only get in relationships, I think, because they want people to know and they want themselves to know that they are deserving of love. But if that relationship is hell on earth, is it really showing that you're deserving of love? Or does it show that you're deserving of being walked all over and treated like an extension of someone else's person? You come first. You have to get it in your mind. You come first. And I wrote this in the caption of an Instagram reel I posted today. But I've always been under the understanding that me as a person, like, I am complete. With or without a relationship, I am a complete person. I'm fulfilled, happy, I'm whole. A relationship for me would only be something I entered into if it was supplemental to my existence already. It's not something that I would enter out of need or out of a feeling that I want to feel loved or attracted to. It's something that I would enter into because I thought it could add to my already fulfilling life. and more importantly, would not take away from that. Hot take, but a lot of the time people are like, relationship is compromised, you have to make sacrifices for your relationship. Why? Especially if you aren't even in the relationship yet, and especially if you're a young person or any person, because your time is valuable no matter what age you're at. Why would you compromise and make sacrifices when you're not even in the relationship yet? If this person has, an A to Z list of things that they want you to give up so that you can be with them, bye. You're not the one. And if they were the one, I feel like those sacrifices wouldn't need to happen, especially when they're compromises beyond like poor circumstances, like the right person, wrong time whole ordeal. Which again, my opinion on that is that you'll find each other again if it's really meant to be down the road. There are so many different things to pursue in life, like a career, meaningful friendships. A lot of people who, and for lack of a better word, relationship hop, don't have fulfilling friendships, at least from what I've noticed, because they are so in this mindset of, I need someone to love me. I need people to know that like I'm worthy of being in a relationship, blah, blah, blah. That's cool. And I'm sure that when I get in a relationship, I will love the love that comes with it, because I think the love from a significant other is different from the love from family and friends. But these people who relationship hop don't even know what a good friendship is. I honestly am a firm believer that love from friendship is stronger than love from a significant other. And here's my argument. Love from a significant other can be conditional, on the condition that you will provide them with kids, on the condition that you will provide for them financially. All on top of the fact, and this is the biggest one, they feel attraction for you. Friendship love does not have that attraction element. It can. Those things get messy, but I'm talking about pure platonic friendships. There is no reason, and this is if, first of all, clout chasers excluded, greedy fucks excluded, but a true friendship love, okay, is unconditional, because there is nothing they want from you. They don't just love you because they think you're attractive. They don't just love you because you can, bear them with a child later down the road. They love you because they're friends with you, period. All of this is also like circumstantial, because there are a lot of like bad friends out there too. Just like there are toxic relationships, there are toxic friendships. And I feel like that's a whole other episode that I could go off on, how to find real friends and filtering out the fake friends, whatever. But yeah, those are my takes on relationships. I don't know. I seriously truly believe, yes, we're going to move on in a second, but let me know what you think. Do you think someone can give dating advice if they've never been in a relationship? I'm really curious what you have to say. Like, I won't get mad either way. I don't think I will change my opinion, because I think what I'm saying is valid. Like, even if my takes aren't good and you don't identify with my takes, I think I'm still allowed to give dating advice. Like I said, the volcano analogy. I know it's going to hurt like hell, and I've never done it. So the next thing I want to talk about, and this is sort of like probably going to be how Thursday things go, like just have the main idea and then talk about other things. But oh my God, Ariana Grande is releasing her Eternal Sunshine Deluxe, and also she has like a short film attached to it. And I have never been so excited. First of all, that is like my top album of last year. All you Swifties, and before you even get started, I love Taylor Swift. I am a Swiftie, and I've been one, okay? I love Tortured Poets, but I think Eternal Sunshine hit so hard because it had also been like so long since Ariana released music. Anyways, I'm so excited for that. Oh my God, it releases at the end of the month, and I think it's going to be so good. So originally I wanted this episode to be a battle of the bad parents, Ruby Frankie versus Ash Trevino. Then I got scared. I don't know. Again, back to that thing of like, I just feel like there's like a lawsuit there. You know what I mean? Like, I think I can't say too many crazy things. But I will say, and if you don't know, either case, either Ash Trevino or Ruby Frankie. Ash Trevino is a person who goes on TikTok Live a lot, and she has 2 daughters. She's very interesting. One of the biggest things that she's, been in the public eye for is that her kids don't have beds, I guess. And yeah, I feel like that's kind of concerning to hear. I don't think that's good. And I think we can all agree on that. I think allegedly she has also refused to cook her kids like homemade meals, which that is a whole thing on its own. Because it's not like she can't afford it. She brings in thousands of dollars allegedly from her TikTok lives. And so, I don't know, I guess not providing her kids with nutrition is exciting for her. Not really sure. Ruby Frankie, on the other hand, she was a big YouTuber. She had the 8 Passengers YouTube channel, and she was a mom vlogger, and vlogged I'm pretty sure her whole life with her kids. It was all on YouTube, and she was really popular. Then all these things started coming out about how she just treated her kids horribly. I don't want to get into it because it actually is a really dark case. You can watch the documentary or a number of different podcasts that go into it more. But some really dark things. It gets to possession, and it gets to she thought her kids were possessed by the devil. I don't even know. I do think it's kind of no question Ruby Frankie's the worst parent. But I still thought that would have been a really fun video to do, and I hope someone does it. That someone will not be me. I'm scared. I think I'm going to end it here because I have to go get a haircut, you guys. I'm so excited. If you're watching on YouTube, you know that this just doesn't look too good. So excited to get it all cleaned up and looking better for you for Sunday. If you are one of those people in a toxic relationship, you can get out of it. Just remember, you deserve better. You deserve the best. I love you. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you guys Sunday. Bye.